In case you didn't know, Andy Capp is a notoriously un-PC British cartoon strip. Its eponymous main character is an unemployed, beer-swilling, wife-beating layabout. He is strangely popular in the United States, even earning a mention in The Simpsons and an appearance in Family Guy.
Oh, Andy Capp, you wife-beating drunk.
Andy Capp, the game, is an arcade adventure where you spend a week in the life of Andy. You must find his missing benefits cheque, scrape together enough money to pay the rent, and keep him constantly intoxicated. This requires frequent trips to the pub in between scrounging money from your mates, cheating on your wife, beating up women, betting on horses, mugging unwitting passers-by, and getting yourself arrested. It might seem like an odd choice of license for a computer game, but the strip was very popular at the time and was even made into a short-lived live-action TV series.
That's right.
This wasn't the first game to turn a comic strip or TV series into a flick-screen, puzzle-solving adventure game either. Garfield, Big, Fat, Hairy Deal, and Grange Hill had a similar feel. Nor was it the only Commodore 64 game to feature domestic violence, drinking, and antisocial behaviour. The Young Ones, How to Be a Complete Bastard, and Viz being noteworthy examples, all of which are covered on the channel. While the cheerful box art for the original Mirrorsoft release doesn't convey any such wrongdoing, the alternative software re-release of the game is a little more upfront, picturing Andy, drunk and smoking a cigarette, being questioned by a police officer, having just punched and possibly killed a man in a bar fight. But I'm making it sound much darker than it was intended. I would rather remember Andy Capp for its originality and offbeat humour, rather than descending into cries of
"You'd never get away with that now,"
and such.
I win again, Andy.
Come on, mate. One more before the missus notices I'm not snoozing on the couch.
Too late!
Hey, careful, Quagmire. Don't get too close to that thing.
The hell, did I just get laid?
You are free to move Andy around the map by either walking off screen left or right, or turning to face a doorway or street and pushing up on the joystick. Pressing the fire button activates the menu, with the 4 icons underneath the play area denote Pay, Wallet, Speak, Speech Bubble, Fight, Boxing Glove, and Action, exclamation mark, from left to right. Using these icons, you can buy objects such as newspapers and beer, talk to other characters, attack someone, examine the area, or use objects you're carrying. If you pass someone in the street, they may not want to stop and talk, so you must blow a kiss at them. Yes, the game requires you to blow kisses at the rent man. Well, it's guaranteed to get his attention, isn't it? The game is an assortment of money-earning puzzles. For example, you need the key to your neighbour's house to access his garden, to take a rose, to give to your mistress, just to butter her up enough to lend you a few quid. You can bet on a horse, but you'll need to buy the racing post for tips first. Many of these tasks can only be completed at certain times and on certain days, so you would need to play the game through a number of times, keeping a note of what to do and when in order to complete it. All the while, your level of drunkenness is shown by the alcometer in the centre of the screen. You need to keep topping this up with beer throughout the game, adding to the overall difficulty since the pubs are only open at certain times of day. The clock is constantly ticking, and the time of day is reflected by the brightness of the play area. You occasionally have to skip some time in order to move on to the next task, or at the end of the day, go home to sleep, or simply get arrested on purpose. The backgrounds are very basic, but the sprites are detailed and beautifully drawn. The character's walk cycle is also very well animated, with Andy cheerfully bouncing along as you move him. This is significant, since you'll certainly spend a lot of game time watching this animation. Mapping the game would be essential if you hope to play it for any length of time, otherwise you would probably wander the streets looking for the pub, only to sober up and die every time. Also, it's worth making a note of the opening times for the newsagents, rent office, factory and such, if you are to stand any chance of completing all the puzzles before the week and the game ends. While I wasn't very familiar with the character back when I was a kid, I remember playing the game in a shop and being very enthusiastic about it. Playing it again many years later, I was reminded that there is a little world to explore, different characters to meet, and the game has a unique quality to it. I have always loved games that gave you freedom of movement, where you can progress through the game a number of ways. Plus, this was a computer game where the main protagonist is an alcoholic and a hooligan, so it felt like a breath of fresh air at the time. As for the game's off-colour humour, we didn't bat an eyelid back then. We didn't grow up thinking it's okay to beat your wife, or take Andy's word for it when he says, "That was great," every time he downs a pint. The fighting elements are comically represented by a dust cloud, with the occasional fist poking out. Also, Flo, your wife, gives as good as she gets, and often beats you, making off with some of your money. One of the potential game overs is Andy being sent to prison, so the game can hardly be blamed for sending out the wrong messages. At first glance, Andy Capp, the game, might come across as an unbearably dull experience, one that would probably be best forgotten, but it was ahead of its time. Stopping, talking to, or even assaulting people in the streets wasn't the sort of thing we used to do in games. It really was something quite different. Also, £1 a pint? If anything dates the game, it's this. It holds up extremely well visually, thanks to the very detailed sprites and fluid animation. Be sure to turn the music off though. It might not be fun to play initially, but compared to the likes of Grange Hill, it's an enjoyable and funny little game. You might say it's as good today as it's always been. Thanks for watching guys. Please don't forget to hit the like button and let me know if you remember Andy Capp and if you played this game back in the day. Also, if you're enjoying the Commodore nostalgia, then please don't forget to subscribe to the channel to follow me on this epic journey revisiting classic games just like this. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video coming up. Until then, bye for now. Just want to take a moment to thank the following patrons. It's massively appreciated that you're supporting the channel, covering the games we love. Stay retro.